Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Hardcore Tennessee reaction. Today we have one from Aran. This is Athenas, and a lot of people really enjoyed my mega mix reaction because that just went live today as of recording. So thank you all for being so hyped about that. We have plenty more that I'm sure we're going to be getting to because Gub, who requested this one, has been requesting quite a few from Hardcore Tennessee, and I'm expecting to see more in the future. But I don't really have any context on this one. There is no additional details with it. I'm just going to be hearing the song, seeing what it has in store, and I guess without further ado, let's go! Ooh. I didn't expect, animation, but I'm definitely here for that. I'm already vibing. It's a good sign. I like that vocal chop there. Ooh. So I really like what they're doing with the synths in here. There it is. I was really hoping for this. For them to open it up. Make it a little bit more atmospheric for a bit. Hell yeah. Unfair. I'll get to why I said that, but got a little bit of emotional manipulation going on, basically, but I'll explain myself. Okay, anybody who's not smiling right now, stop lying to yourself. Fucking cheer up a little bit. Have some joy in your life. Because, how can you not? And exactly why is what I'm going to get into, because when I said emotional manipulation, I was not being facetious. I was actually being kind of literal. Okay, so emotional manipulation and you. What does it mean and why is it there? Okay, so I am being a little bit cheeky about this, but it's still a factor of why this probably had the effect that it had on so many people, because I know that I'm not the only one that felt that moment there, but in general, the whole song has kind of that going on. The first core of that is that this is in C major, which is a very standard, you could argue the most common and most standard key ever, because it's all of the white keys on a keyboard. No black keys, none of that. Just the white keys. It's there. You know, it's the easiest thing you figure out when you're 5. You know, it's just the option you have. So not only is nostalgia kind of baked into that and that emotional pressure that comes with it, just right there, ripe for the picking, but also they used octaves here. And specifically at that one spot where I mentioned it, it starts up here and then ends down here. An octave right there, you know? But they break it up by having in the middle of it, so. And why is that important? So we have a perfect fifth. This relationship, that first jump we have is a perfect fifth. And you might be like, okay, why does that matter? Well, it's a perfect fifth. And then following that, if you were to skip the second note, if you don't play that one, you would get a perfect fourth. So why is that important, right? Perfect notes and perfect pairings are basically the harmonic equivalent of a pat on the back, a warm hug. They are exactly what harmonically your brain wants to hear. An octave, after all, is a perfect eighth. We just call it an octave because that's what we chose to call it. But if you want to break it down as far as the perfect relationships go, it's perfect 8 pitches above and below each other. So having this perfect fifth in here and then having that perfect fourth be the other split for it. It's just a really nice chord. That was all three of those together. Just no dissonance at all whatsoever. This one does add a little bit of dissonance, but it's still really good. You know, that's a minor third there. So there's really not a lot that sounds wrong with this. And just going, it sounds so fucking convenient, like mentally, right? It's one of those sounds that locks itself into your soul. No matter how hard you try, you will resonate with that sort of a feeling. And having it go from an octave up to an octave lower brings you down with it in a really satisfying way that, again, this is where the emotional manipulation comes from, that you just can't help. It's there, and it's going to pull that out of anyone listening. This sort of a thing is not fair. It's just abuse of a system that's there to make music. How dare you, Aaron? How fucking dare you? Brilliant choice, but also, who do you think you are? And there's also a continuation to this where it stops in that bottom C there. Like, again, we just ended with that whole... And then it continues to go... And that, why does that hit? Because we're met with the fucking perfect fourth and fifth again. This time, the C and the G here are the perfect fourth, and the D it goes up to makes it a perfect fifth. So once again here we have the... So, the G and the C here, perfect fourth, and the G and the D here, perfect fifth. A lot like we just split the difference for in that last one. It's not the same cluster of notes either, because the last time we had that split of the perfect fourth and fifth, it was the F and the C up here. And that is the perfect fifth, whereas this one is the perfect fourth in this relationship with a G and a C instead, and the relationship of the fifth goes to the D and the G. So again, it's just abusing these perfect variants of notes and harmonies that just, they will lock themselves in your brain no matter what you do, and I love it, but it is emotional abuse, and I'm not gonna let Aaron get away with that. He was probably in the Epstein files too. I can't put that in the video. I think I'm gonna have to leave that in the video. For the record, I don't think he's in there. Where does my brain go sometimes? Anyway, beautiful relationship on the notes here. That's why it sounds the way it does, and it's a gorgeous track as a result. It's utilizing a key that everyone is familiar with. Everybody's plucked around on a keyboard, on a piano at some point in your life, and the odds of you mostly doing that in the key of C major are basically 100%. Because again, what else are you gonna do when you don't know how the black keys work and how they respond to the rest of the keyboard? It's gonna sound weird to you. If you have any sort of musical skill at all, any kid who's doing anything on a piano is gonna hit this and be like, ooh, that doesn't sound good. As long as you have some sort of a bone in your body that tells you that's not natural. But something like this that's just a D minor. You can move that up, literally all your fingers, just one, and now you have an E minor. It is the easiest thing to do. There's an F. You can just do triads all over the white keys, and you will never land on something that's wrong. It can be anything, anywhere. It's just the way that the key works and the way that these notes relate to each other. So on top of that, they're also adding these perfect fourth and fifth relationships, which again are just perfect harmonic equivalents in our brain. So we're all gonna be like, wow, that sounds great. Why does that sound so familiar and nostalgic and it feels so good? Because a lot of songs are done in that key and with those notes, and going from an octave brings you down an emotional peg and it keeps you present in the moment. So when you sink into the song, it's syncing with you. You're syncing with it. In general, you have synced together. It's just a really nice feeling. It's so satisfying and it feels amazing to hear. And just as an additional note, he's also abusing pitch bends here, and abusing is a strong word, but basically doing kind of a same thing that octaves do, where they're kind of bringing you with the note. You're hearing every little bit of the frequency range between, because it's bending itself into place, and usually into a relationship that's a perfect fourth or fifth. So you get that sort of relationship when it bends up into something, and occasionally bending so far it goes up an entire octave, but that's pretty uncommon. Point being, these are things that the song is doing that makes you go ooh, and it makes your brain vibrate and monkey go burr. You just can't help yourself. It's part of our condition as humans to hear these sorts of relationships and notes and like them. But in general, Aaron did an amazing job at getting all this together and making a song that, while it might be like basic when you get down to like what the music theory is doing, that's exactly why this song succeeds in what it was doing to make you feel what it did. It's just familiar, it's relatable, it's fun, inviting, and at the same time slightly melancholic, because we all remember playing around with a keyboard once or twice in our lives, and that's something that the song is going to bring back to the forefront of your memory, and that's why nostalgia is such a powerful drug, and so many people end up falling down rabbit holes, getting into old things that they miss as a kid. It's all similar reasons to why Sizzy's Aquatic Ambience variant, that song from Donkey Kong Country, sounds the way it does and makes us all feel a little bit nostalgic, because even if that game wasn't a part of your childhood, that song, which I'm sure you've heard, it's been everywhere, it's a meme from a couple of years ago that people have used for nostalgic crap all over the place ever since, but there's a reason that the song makes you feel that way, and this song does basically all the same stuff and does it so well. So a really good job by Aaron here, an amazing track, feels amazing. The animation here is also really nice too, very well stylized. I love the approach there, but this is not an animation analysis, so I'm not going to be getting into any of that. But hopefully you enjoyed the video nonetheless. If you have another song from Hardcore 10OC you want me to get to, by all means, drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if, like Gub did, you want to guarantee that I listen to something, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships where you can force me to listen to something. Doesn't matter what it's from, who it's by, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guaranteed request. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!